Hello. The purpose behind this video is to have a look at rounding numbers. So what I've done is I've done 3 examples and each one gets slightly harder each time. So for the first question, it asks us to round 2.4 to the nearest whole number. So 2 ways to do this. What you can do is visualize a number line, which is what I've kind of demonstrated here. We've got 2 on one end, then 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, etc., all the way up to 3. And then you'd put 2.4 on the number line. And then you can ask yourself, is it closer to 2 or is it closer to 3? And for 2.4, it would be closer to 2. So that's where your answer would be. However, the other alternative is it asks you to take it to the nearest whole number. So what you can do is look at the number after the whole number in this case. And that's called the determiner because that will establish whether it goes up to number 3 or whether it stays at number 2. And how we decide that is if the number is 4 or below, this will stay the same. If this number is 5 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it will be pushed up to number 3. Okay, so this is the determiner and this is the focus number. And the determiner determines what happens to the number 3, 4. Okay, let's clear that. We'll look at a slightly harder example. So that's 1 decimal place going up to the nearest whole number. This time we're going to we will round a number to 1 decimal place. So again, we've got the 2 options. We can either place it on a number line, 2.4, then go 2.41, 2.42, 2.43, etc. This obviously gets slightly harder as we get more and more digits involved, but we can then pop it on the number line and say, okay, well, is it closer to 2.4 or is it closer to 2.5? And in this case, we can see that 2.45 would be just here. So that would be our midway point. So that means that because it's to the right of that, we're going to push it up. And our answer would be 2.5 because it's closer to that than it is to that. Okay. The other option, like we said before, is look at the determiner, which would be 6. Is it closer? Is it 5 or above? Yes, it is. So that means the 4, the focus number, would become a 5. So our answer would become 2.5. Okay. Hope this is making sense. So if the determiner is bigger than 5 or more, it pushes the 4 up. If it's 4 or less, that would put it this side of the halfway mark. And so we would take it back down to 2.4. Okay. Let's look at the next one. So this time we've got rounding 2.461 to do to 2 decimal places. So once again, we can pop it on the number line. And sometimes when you're still trying to get your head around something new, this is the easiest way to do it, to actually visualize it, because then you can actually see why that is the answer. That's not lined up very well. Okay, 2.461 to 2 decimal places. So if we pop that on the number line, we can see it's right next to 2.46. So it's an easy answer that our answer is going to be 2.46. Okay. However, the other way of looking at it is once again looking at our determiner, which is just a 1. 1 is obviously below 5, so therefore the 6 isn't affected. Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. Whoops, clear that. Let's notice there's a little dot there we need to get rid of, and another one there we need to get rid of. Okay. And then this one. Potentially slightly harder, because 2.45 is always that indecision because it's halfway. Does it get smaller or does it stay the same or does it get bigger? Because when we put it onto the number line, it's halfway. It's not closer to one or the other. So it just complicates the situation, basically. So what we need to do is... Sorry, I just thought we weren't recording all of a sudden. Once again, look at the 5. look at the determiner. Is it closer to, is it 5 or more? Yes, it is. It's at 5. So that means it's going to push the 4 up. So our answer is going to become 2.5. Okay, so our focus is on the determiner. Is it 5 or more? Yes, it is. So we're going to go up to 2.5. Okay, these revision sheets are made to these videos are made to complement these revision sheets. If you would like access to them, I'll put the link in the comments below, and I hope you find them helpful.